That's what I say when people say Legolas wasn't in The Hobbit. I say, well, none of the elves in the book were named, so he could have been there. That's the difference between The Hobbit and the original trilogy. Is like, yes, he does stupid anime bullshit in the original trilogy, but it's just grounded just ever so slightly. He looks like when he's taking out the mammoth, he looks like he's struggling a little bit.
Oh, I love that scene. I love that scene so much. It's so campy.
And it's the thing is that entire movie is pointless. Well, yeah, but especially that one, because in the book, you know how long the Battle of the Five Armies is? Like, if even that. Like, Bilbo fucking gets knocked out at the beginning.
One thing I will say that I don't like about the Hobbit movies
is the whole thing.
Well, I don't like, because in the book, the person who kills Smaug is just some nameless dude.
No, it's Bard.
Really? I thought it was just he was killed by some guy.
No, it's Bard. You learn more about Bard's dad than you learn about Bard in the book, though. I really wish that in the movie because he had with that, and instead launched his son with this the arrow as a spear and have him stab Smaug in the head. I would have loved that shit. Oh, Alfred, the fucking dumbest character. He's actually useless. He's supposed to be this worm tongue kind of guy, but he doesn't have that character arc. He's just a fucking weirdo. He's there for comedic effect, and it's really out of place. It's incredibly out of place. Yeah, should I describe it to you or should I get you a box? That's funny. And then fucking Alfred is just stupid.
I forgot about that guy completely. It's been so long since I've fucking seen the movies, dude. I think it would have been funny if right before Smaug died, it would have been "You're not touching my friends, you filthy dragon," and then launched the fucking some bad Marvel one-liner.
Lake Town, yeah.
Get your own Lake Town. This Lake Town's not big enough for the two of us.
Such a terrible movie, or especially Battle of Five Armies. I think the first two have their charms and they have their moments, but
oh my god, I can't do it. I'm gonna.
The third one is fucking bad, man. It's I'm Gandalf.
I like the part in those movies where Ian McKellen had severe depression because he had to film alone.
Yeah, he's literally just on a fucking volume, and he's this is not.
This isn't acting.
This is fucking terrible. They also should have
that wasn't a fat suit, dude. That was Brendan Fraser in The Whale. He didn't.
They should have reduced the number of dwarves as well, because in the book it's fine to have 13 because they're not on screen for you to just be wait, who the fuck is that?
Yeah,
it'll just tell you there's 13 dwarves, tells you their names, and then you don't worry about it. It's in the movie though, they try to give all these dwarves characters and stuff, but it's I don't know who this person is. She says, "Why does it hurt?" And then Lee Pace, who is an incredible actor by the way, says, "Because it was real." It's if I was Lee Pace, you couldn't pay me enough money to not to say that. I would never agree to say that dog shit line. Most of the terrible things I've heard though are from people that are Tolkien purists. They won't even play Shadow of Mordor or anything because they're no, it's not canon and it's not real. Who fucking cares, man? It's a good game set in the Tolkien universe. Whether or not it's canon doesn't matter. And yes, it takes some liberties with the lore, but who cares? It's still interesting and still fun. It's a good game. They're no. Yeah. Well, that's the thing about Shadow of Mordor, and I think even Rings of Power, is it doesn't mess with the original continuity at all. It doesn't say, well, this actually only happened because this character did this one thing. Whatever. It's Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War take place between The Hobbit and the original trilogy. and it doesn't change anything about either story. All it does is say, here's what happened while Sauron was rebuilding in Mordor. And it's not even canon, so it doesn't matter. But it's like, yeah, Gollum was in Mordor at that time. You can, like, we don't know exactly what he was doing there, but we know that he was there. It's not like the One Ring is in those games, because it's not. Like, it obviously was in Hobbiton. Well, he's better for the medium that the story is told. For the comics, Thanos being this crazy psychopath with very little motivation is like, yeah, it's fine because it's the comics and everything's fucking absurd. But in a movie, it's like, well, yeah, it's like if you just have a villain that's he just wants to kill everything just because he wants to kill everything, it's like, well, that's not very interesting, is it? You can, yeah, it's like you can be a fan of something and also criticize it. Like, I love the first Dark Souls, but I am aware and very aware of the fact that the second half of the game is so much worse than the first half. Like, borderline unfinished. I love Elden Ring. I mean, I'm playing it right fucking now, but the bosses are not my favorite. Oh, and you've got criticisms for that game, like, and honestly, deservedly so. If you're a fan of it, you should be able to criticize it.